video you're about to watch, we made several months ago, quite a few months ago, and somehow it got lost in the shuffle. We came across it recently and wanted to share it with you. However, we need to make a couple of amendments.
One, we want to say that currently Texas State Parks does allow you to reserve specific sites. They're still working out a few kinks in their system, so we're being patient with them on that, but you can go online and see several. The ones we've looked at so far, you can see like 3 or 4, maybe 5 pictures of that specific campsite. And so I want to let you know that. And then the second is there are several apps that you can use to also help you find campgrounds.
One of them I've used is Good Sam's. It's okay. It's not just state parks or not, but it has a good variety.
And Campendium, we're getting eaten up with little bugs here.
Yeah.
Campendium, we really like.
It's a great site.
It is a great thing, and you can read lots of reviews from different people. And then Allstay. A lot of people really like that. So, hope you enjoy the video. Stay tuned for your feature presentation.
Hi, and welcome to Two Tired Teachers.
Today we want to talk about how to find the perfect campsite.
Yes,
that starts with finding
where you want to go.
The campground. And so, yeah, deciding where you want to go. And fortunately, we like the same kinds of things.
Plan your trip accordingly. If you have little kids, you're going to want to go to some places where they have little kid stuff. If you've got older teens, you may want an escape room or something like that to entertain them, or water parks.
And so we've looked at a lot of trips that we haven't taken just because we never could get all these pieces to kind of mesh together for us in the time period we were looking at. So we'll talk about the trip we're on right now. We're hitting 4 New Mexico state parks. We were trying to decide Albuquerque, Santa Fe, and we weren't really sure, so we're going to really talk about the park we're in right now. And so we throw that out there. We know that we like state parks, national parks, Corps of Engineer, those kinds of campgrounds. And so Google Earth, honestly.
Yes.
You can go to, like, the state you're going to, look at their
state parks.
State parks, go to their websites, and guys, it takes a little time getting used to maneuvering and navigating the websites for each of those. At least that's what I've found.
Yes.
And so, because there's a lot of information there, but it's all set up differently.
Yes.
And so, look at those sites. Corps of Engineer, go to see what's available in that area. In this area, we looked at a number of Corps of Engineer parks. National parks in this area, a lot of those are closed right now because there's some fires in different parts of the state. And so, but that's kind of how we started. Then look at Google Earth. Where is it compared to where we want to be?
Yes.
And then, especially in this part of New Mexico, okay, now how long is it going to take us to get from
here to here?
And so we chose this park because it's about an hour and a half to Albuquerque. It's about an hour to Santa Fe. We could make that final decision once we got here, see how much time we have, what we feel like doing.
Yes.
And so once we narrowed down the park, Mylena usually goes to...
I go to pictures. I don't do as much video as I should, but I go to pictures on Google and look for images of the park.
And TripAdvisor is what I was actually thinking about.
TripAdvisor to see what stuff there is to do in the area.
And what other people have said about it. And honestly, the park we're in right now, the video we're making of this, I'm trying to make slideshows because the videos I had seen of this park, we weren't that impressed with, to be honest. We're much more impressed with the park than we were what we've seen. And so we look at videos, we look at pictures, then once we've decided, okay, this is the park we want, one of the things that I do is I will open up the park map that comes with like the New Mexico State Parks. I open up the park map and I open up Google Earth and I open them in 2 different windows and get the orientation where it's north is going the same direction on both. And then literally try to zoom in and see on Google Earth what do those campsites, you know, which campsite is where, and
what do they really look like?
From Google Earth, what can we tell? You can tell, does this one have shade? Does it not? Does this have, you know, what are the things that are around it? How far is it actually from the restroom? How far, if you have little kids, how far is it from the playground? Those kinds of things. Where can I turn around if I'm towing? Is there really a loop there where I can turn around? How steep is that angle going to be at backing if I'm coming at it from this angle or that? And so you can see a lot with Google Earth. And so that's really a big thing that has helped with getting a better feel for what that campsite looks like.
And you can't in Texas right now, and you will be able to next year, but right now in 2018 you can't reserve specific sites in Texas. You can look and see when we get there, I think we'd like this site, but it's not guaranteed.
And that's another thing is each state, those rules are going to be different. And in New Mexico, the 4 parks that we've hit, there are certain sites that you can reserve and then other sites are first come, first serve. And so because we're kind of on a timetable, we like to have a reserved site. We like to know we're going to be able to be there. Another thing you want to double check is look specifically at, once you've decided on a specific site, check, does it have, if you need water, does it have water? If you need electricity, does it have electricity? If you're wanting to be able to dump at your state, do you have sewer hookups? Do you have full hookups? Where is the dump station? Does the park have a dump station? So those are things that you can find before you make your trip. And then also realize that sometimes things are going to happen.
At Leesburg Dam, the electricity was not consistent.
It was rolling. It would go up, and it wasn't just a spike and back down. It was a roll,
and so it would go way down.
And the park host had lost an expensive microwave and an expensive fan. Some other people had lost a refrigerator. We weren't willing to risk our air conditioner
or refrigerator,
and so we started looking. We started looking, and we
had cell service there, so we were looking at KOAs, at parks in the area, and then Sharon said,
let's check the next state park we're going to, see if they have an available site tonight. The reservable sites were all full, but the rangers told us there are a number of non-reservable sites that are available, and we have people leaving. And so we said, great, we'll head your way. And it was 5 hours, 5-hour drive, but we still got up here with, and were able to get a site. And the other thing is, guys, that's happened to us a couple of times where we had to make a last-minute change. Let people know, and in both situations, we were ready to just say, okay, we lost that.
Yes.
I think it was $18 by the time we paid the entrance fee. So we're willing to lose that in order to save the refrigerator, air conditioner stuff. Marlena talked to a ranger. He gave us a rain check that was good here, so we lost nothing.
And when I thanked him profusely for the rain check, he said, it's so nice to talk to somebody who's nice about it. Guys, we didn't want to let something like that ruin our trips. The rangers or the park hosts don't like those problems any more than we did.
But we've been blessed with the places that we've gone, the places that we've stayed. Carlsbad, we knew we weren't going to have big trees. You know, you're not going to have ponderosa pines, you know, in the middle of the desert. So understand that wherever you're going, those types of things. And if you're going to populate, you know, very, very popular tourist destinations, the people right across the street from us, two families traveling together, they are heading from here to the Grand Canyon, and they've had their reservations since January. So if you are traveling with Reservations, our suggestion is go on, and I know it's old school, but print a hard copy of
Yes.
that. We were mindset of Texas. That's where most of, our state parks are, and we go in, tell them our name, they pull up everything we need. This is the 4th park we've come to, and the 4th one where they've said, which campsite? And we're like, do you have a map? Because we probably can remember once we look at that map which one we chose. But because this is Leesburg Dam, we had cell service.
Yes.
I don't remember.
And we looked up at I think at Carlsbad,
But
we looked up where the campsites were so we'd have it.
The point is, you can't guarantee if you're going to remote areas that you're going to have that cell service where you can pull it up and see that information. So having that printed copy is just,
Yes.
or at least plug in all this, take a photo of it and have it on your phone so
Yes.
that if you don't have cell service. But anyway, we feel like we've been very blessed with the places
Yes.
we found. We've been very pleased. Even if it were someone that was not as picturesque as this place, this is one where we got here and we're like, wow, this looks so much better than anything we had seen. But there are others that we got there and it's like, okay, we knew what we
expected.
And if you're gonna go see Carlsbad Caverns,
You're gonna be in the desert.
and so at least you'll have an idea what to look for when you get there. So hopefully we've given you some thoughts about ways that you can, things to think about as you start planning your next adventure.
Thanks for watching Two Tired Teachers.